All
right, welcome to the show, everyone. On today's episode, G-Bay is going to teach y'all how to sweep a floor correctly.
Yeah, you long strokes. Long strokes.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. I was just rolling around in my computer chair there, and it sounded a little crunchy. So.
Yep. My pet peeve is like granular feelings on my bare feet, like whether it be like sugary, salty, sandy, or anything like that. Really, the front doorway coming in the house, right? Especially when it gets to be like this time of year where everything's a little bit wet and gravel sticking to you and shit like that. It's come down the stairs and it's just like crunch on a fucking little pebble or something like that, like right in the heel, like son of a.
Oh yeah, nice pebble in the heel.
Oh yeah, good times.
So I've got the press out again.
Again, fuck, you're hooked. We should have known.
Yeah, as soon as I started up again, I was like, "Ooh, some of this stuff presses good." And here we are. It hasn't really went anywhere. It's been sitting here. No, that big glob I made the other day, I ended up giving to a friend, and the Hawaiian that I made is staying with me. I like that, so I'm gonna try. I was doing a bunch of packaging the other day, getting the harvest put away for long storage, and there's a couple trays that have just, not quite an ounce left in them. So I didn't want to fill the bag. So I'm going to go through these and make up for 10-gram bags.
Fuck yeah.
And push some stuff here. We got the infamous garlic cookies. Where is it? Somewhere in here. There it is. Now this plant was good to me and has been for a couple years. It literally presses just like that other one did the other day. We're up to like, 25% usually. So I want to test this out. It looks like I've got a good, at least 10 grams there. So we're going to squish that up and see what happens. I'm voting, 25%, somewhere in that range. So.
Oh, yeah. I just, let's give Sir Hunalot a shout out just for being a rad motherfucker. Hell yeah.
Let's do one of these instead.
Yeah, let's do that. I like it. Yeah, Tom, I'll have to make my way outside here shortly. Fire up a joint, but
I'll fire one up for you.
All those that are able to partake in the dabbing of the frog, let's do it.
Now I gotta find my my scale because I do like to keep track of the weights I can eat on this raw press.
Is this the only time you weigh your wheat, or do you weigh it as you harvest as well?
Well, I keep it stored in weighed bags.
Okay.
For counting and just easier that way.
That's fair enough. I get that.
Yeah, I have yet to do a final harvest count. I should sometime soon, but I do still have a whole bunch hanging. The problem being is the whole bunch that's hanging is the good presser. So I might just be, what's the point of bagging it up, right?
If you're going to fucking press it, do it. Like, because let's face it, we know you at this point where if you have a good harvest with a bunch of extra flour, which you've stated a few times so far this season, then you're going to press like a motherfucker because you enjoy it. Right? First off, right? You said like a lot of times you're not even necessarily a huge dab guy, but if you're pressing and the weights and all that, like, yeah, hell yeah, get on it. Not get on it like a dick. That sounded like fucking get on here, get moving, G-Bay. That's not what I was trying to do.
Now this stuff here was super chalky. It's getting softer as we go. Oh, where are we going? There we go. It's a little bright. I just dabbed. I just picked up all the crumbles from the bottom, but it's getting very Play-Doh-ish. Like here, I'll show you. I'm just got a really crowded little table here, so
that's not crowded. Please. You should see my immediate vicinity, dude.
So it's like malleable.
Here, let me big screen that. Oh, give me one sec. This button. Oh. Dude, that's a real silly putty.
Yeah, I don't really like to do it. I get quite a bit of oil on my hands, and I'm probably contaminating the crap out of that, but it's working really well. That's the Hawaiian. After a couple of days, it's starting to come to life. I wouldn't say pine, but it's got like a really fresh green terp to it, and it's really nice electric high to it. It's like, wow, okay, I'm baked.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so
I like to hear that kind of stuff.
looks a little greenish, kind of, sort of, but it's not. It's just like this dark gold color, but really nice stuff to dab on. I got some more Hawaiian to do tonight. I don't know if it's the same one we did for this one. I forget if this was Hawaiian 3 or 2 or what it was. But
Cheers, Noof.
one of the Hawaiians. Being like what they were saying, like Fluff was like, it's going to be, one of those type buzzes, and then harvesting it early. Like, yeah. Double whammy on that one.
Cheers,
Yeah.
JMJ 12. Jason Line 512. Speaking of rad motherfuckers, that's another dude that absolutely fits that description.
Yeah, it's good shit. Yeah, the press is on, ready, hot.
Yeah. So we got Rusty, Bud Squishers in there. Dr. LeBay, cheers. On the train. Doctor's got the whole train.
I love the fucking train, man. He's always got characters in it and shit. It's awesome.
I like trains, man. Like, I actually am a legitimate, like, you can't say train nut because that's not fair, but like, you're not entirely accurate, but like long trains and stuff like that, hell yeah, I get like right into that. If I didn't live in like a place the size of about half a dozen phone booths all taped together, I would have a table set up with my trains and stuff. It's sweet. It was like one of the few things I actually inherited from the divorce. It's like I was allowed to have the bud press and the trains and the quad. And so that was pretty much. Oh, yeah, and I got the car. Okay, so yeah, there's 4 things. I had to steal my hammer. I should not get my hammer or my torque wrench. Cheers, Victoria.
Oh, yes. Cheers, Victoria. Good to see you here. Oh, freaking Ryu, that dab did good.
I want to get just fucked up. So it's my last night in town here for. I should be. Hopefully, I'm back after Christmas, but I don't know for sure. And heading home tomorrow. I have the option of the entire week off, possibly even up to about 10 days or so. And then before we head back to work, but I might end up actually working Sunday morning though, because there is that option. I'm not really necessarily sure I want all that time off work. I'm trying to make shit happen, and unfortunately, it seems like everything has a price to it attached, and so the only way I know how to get ahead is to work harder. So, harder and longer.
Cheers, where are you? You need that sound clip. You just pull it off. Oh, yeah. I'm not making the same mistake, man. I got 300 pairs of gloves. I'm going to start wearing them. Sitting there looking at a pair of gloves while your hands are covered in rosin. It's pretty stupid. Now, I trying these ones. Wow, they're a little small. I don't know if I'll get 10 grams in here. Yeah, you're going to go back in the bag. We're not going to try new stuff right now. I forget where I got these from. Supreme Rosin. A higher standard. Durable, heat-resistant, food grade. It says it can handle up to 20 tons. Where does it say it? I read it. Damn it. So I was hoping I would get less blowout with these ones. Maybe try a little more pressure. But they're a lot smaller cylindrical ways. So I'm going to go back to my tried and true. The ones I know that work and that are. Now these ones, it's funny because I found these on Amazon, I believe, somewhere on the internet. By Atomic or something, whatever. I don't know the name. Just rosin bags.
Yeah.
They work pretty good, made in China. But like I said, they come backwards, or sort of like inside out, right? The seams on the outside.
Oh yeah. So
you just give it a little twist and poke it through to get the seam on the inside. But when you do it, it automatically goes bottle tech pretty well. So it's pretty sweet. Like you get the bag inverted and it's already bottle teched for you. So it's kind of neat that way. But there are some threads and stuff. Well, I don't know. I've never had any issues, but I'm sure if I put a microscope to my rosin, there'd probably be some sort of contaminants, considering I do it in my basement with an outdoor harvest. But you know, this isn't lab grade shit.
It's, I don't know.
I don't worry too much. I've been smoking outdoor since the 90s. I've smoked bugs. I've smoked bird poop. Yeah, I get bird seeds in my buds still to this day. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I at the end of the day, we're fucking smoking a plant. I don't need my fucking plant to be lab grade, like you said, outdoor since the 90s, bird seeds and all, right? Like
Galaxy, cheers.
If anything, maybe the microbes are good for us as we smoke all that shit.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want like, you know, I don't want to see shit on it. Okay, so we got 4 bags ready here. Let's have some coffee first.
Cheers, Galaxy. J. Patrick, see you there. D-Man, great to see you.
Cheers. One of my daughter's nice mugs. Wolves on it. Me and my daughter both collect mugs a little bit. Okay, first up on the batters. This year we got garlic cookies. Let's see. Have they packed this with? No. Okay. Oh, 1 gram, 0.9, 1.9. Okay, I'll call that a gram. So we got to go to 11 grams on here. Down for it. What I have for me, the best squisher is GMO. In chat, what do you guys, anyone that does any pressing, what's your strain that's, you know, thrown down? And you haven't really done much pressing, eh, Caribou, are you?
No, yeah, I need to have enough weight to harvest weight to be able to justify that. I might try and press an ounce or so of the investment dog this weekend. We'll see how everything's looking. Just for shits and giggles. But at the same time, I could keep that for flour and hit up one of the native dispensaries like I did on my way home last time and gets like that grape live resin was fucking phenomenal, dude. Like,
yeah.
So, you know, at $25 a gram, or if I want dabs, it's just one of those tough things. It being the
25 a gram for really good stuff, I wouldn't.
Yeah, right. Whereas if we need that smoke to keep us through from having to go and buy shitty dispensary smoke. So it's a bit of a tough one, but I do like pressing. I did like pressing. I see you guys doing it, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't get a little tiny bit jealous, you know. But at least we got some rad motherfuckers that I can live vicariously through. You know, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. That freeze dryer, the elusive freeze dryer for me, it's like I can't justify it. Especially now.
I think we probably could justify one in my household. I think it would get used for enough stuff that we would be because it wouldn't just be for cannabis stuff. It would be used almost solid prep with a little bit of cannabis use. But it's just that the price point is still, it's okay. Well, when we spend that on that kind of money on a freeze dryer or a trip to Mexico, if we had passports, which we don't.
All right, first press bag ready.
Here it comes, drum roll.
No, I'm not that ready.
Psyched me out, motherfucker. I had a weird day, man, at work. It was just a weird fucking day.
Tell us about it.
Well, working with people that are not even necessarily people, person that's like I'm working with a guy, we don't like each other. We're two completely different people, but we both, when we're working, we both fucking kill it. Now, but we're adults at work, right? And you don't always necessarily like everyone you're at work with and shit like that, but it's just like the fucking a few fucking openly fucking disrespectful fucking oh, that's right, Kingfish. You do have more friggin' dentist stuff going on. Hey, I remember that talk we had. Yeah, that's a lot. And just derailed whatever I was thinking about this world. Thanks, King. Fuck yeah. Then I'll just sit here and make stupid noises. Eventually, G-Bay will get sick and tired of me moaning and making sex noises and shit like that. He'll take over talking. Oh, then.
Straight, man. Just trying to get the paper straight. I think I got it. Good.
Stuff a doobie here so I can go outside.
There we go. Get the super sticker down here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you guys up a little closer. Come on, hang on. Shaking across the floor. There you go. Okay. Got the timer. Oh, it's out of batteries. Awesome. Fuck that thing.
So I think I actually got like probably 95% of my Christmas shopping done today.
Hell yeah, brother.
Like that. So like shout out to all the dudes that wait till like pretty much the last fucking minute as much as you can. Figured let's do that. Yeah, I'm working in a bigger city. And you know, they got actual like stores and stuff like that where I've got like a 7-Eleven and an auto parts store.
Oh, she's leaking already. I love those garlic cookies with mint. Okay, what time we at? 8:17, so we're gonna go to 8:20. 4:20 somewhere. Oh yeah, come on.
But yeah, working with people that are friggin' I remember where I was going now, that are kind of veiling their disrespect and telling fucking telling you one thing about one, like here's an instance. So one of the guys I was working with today had to fuck off early, and he gave me an excuse for why he was going to leave early first thing this morning, and then gave me another one just before he left towards the end of the day there. What he must not remember is that he told me that he actually had a cash job to do at the end of the day, right? It's which is kind of one of the nice things that one of the perks of the job is you get people that are need rework done, and sometimes they'll offer you some cash in hand for your services.
Yeah, that is a bonus.
Yeah, but and then yeah, so other than actually towards the end of the day there too, there's another one of those situations where we were doing a job in this guy's yard, and then he has a lot of fir trees that need to get taken out because they're all dying because of the fir beetle and stuff. And that's another one there that usually he'll go and do all that shit together kind of thing. And he's gonna wait till I'm not around so that he doesn't have to split that kind of money with me. And that's this is one of those ones where it's like damn near 2 weeks pay in about a 10-hour day, probably 8 to 10 hour day. And yeah,
Good old garlic coming through again. Looks like I broke my bag though. I can see I may have squished the bag open. Damn it. Yeah, it definitely did. Oh well. There's going to be enough rosin there to collect. Fuck. Damn it. Oh, well, there's still a big old leaker coming up the front. I'm happy with that. 820, there we go.
I'm not spill.
Yeah, a little blowout right at the front. Had a blowout right there. That just slid into the rosin, exactly what you don't want to do. But able to get a bunch out the back too. Yeah, there's a couple dabs stuck on there, but nothing major. Could have placed it a little farther back in the press, that one, but that's the garlic. It makes the goods.
Looks yummy.
Oh, that's just a quick little 10-gram press. And you know what? There is, I'm sure there's a little bit of contamination, one tiny little bit of leaf particle there, but there's really nothing there to. One tiny little speck up there. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, now let's get that collected and see what kind of damage we did. That was a 10-gram bag with malfunction, but whatever. We won't get too picky. Remember, this is just me in my basement goofing around, right? And you see some of these, processing labs people have, and it's like, oh man, slightly jelly.
GB, you're too redneck for that kind of shit.
I could pull it off.
You wouldn't even know what to do.
I would figure it out. No, I would. I really would like to work at a cannabis grow, but the types of operations that happen are, probably not exactly what I want to be doing all day. Sounds glamorous, I think, but it's really not.
Well, and the other thing, you go work in a grow, they don't fucking care how much you think you know.
Oh, yeah, no.
You're growing their way, which is
I wouldn't even
completely polar opposite to what you've been doing for as long as I've known you, at least.
Yeah. Getting there. Yeah, no, I wouldn't even tell them about my growing experience, I don't think.
No, it's, to me, I feel like if I personally was to get a job at some kind of big grow facility, I think it would be like amazing at first, but I feel like the novelty would wear off quicker than you'd think, because once again, it's somebody else's garden doing everything somebody else's way. And don't get me wrong, you're going to learn a lot along the way if you can do it. I think I would develop a shitty attitude. I could just see that, because what would end up happening is, my understanding is, a lot of these fucking big LP grows, they hire fucking college graduate fucking master growers or whatever with college education, but little actual physical grow experience, right? Book can teach you how to do anything, but at the same time, can't teach you how to do everything, hands-on experience. And I think that would be one of those ones where it's just like, yeah, I'd be like, fuck you, been doing this longer than you've been alive. Go eat like 9 bags of dicks, motherfucker. And then I wouldn't be welcome back on the premises after that. So it's probably better if I just stick to working in the bush, where when you use word phrases like fuck you where it's just like, oh yeah. And then they probably say it right back to you or something fairly similar. Yeah. And then you go back to work, and tomorrow's a whole new day. I like it. I think I need to go outside. It's fuck. Where is the button that I need? I need the StreamYard button.
I've got it just on one little square of paper. I'm not going to worry about the weight of that piece of parchment. I'm sure it's a 0.1 maybe, but just to help me handle it without getting it everywhere. 2.3. So yeah, 20, we'll say 20%, 21, 22%.
Ooh, it even does that with my headphones on. Nice, I like that. Dab time.
Not sure how that.
Yeah, let's do a dab like that. Fuck people up.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's quite the. I'm gonna do a dab of this guy.
All right, I need to go outside.
Cheers, Miranda Family Farm. Jesse B, Doc, Ned Denver, what's up?
So I bought like one of the things that I eat with my for breakfast constantly daily is a like I'll do a breakfast smoothie, right? And I went and bought a big bag of frozen fruit there the other day, and I get back to my hotel room. It's like, oh yeah, it doesn't have a freezer in there, right? It's a mini fridge. Usually they got a small freezer compartment in there. Whatever, blonde move on me. But it's like a big. It's like a 1.5 pound fucking or kg whatever bag of frozen fruit that thawed out in there. And when I come back from work yesterday, it was like a huge freaking red puddle that like doesn't quite look like blood. You can tell it's not, but it's at the close enough that it was like, what the fuck? Like that. It was insane. I just like is it in the mess inside the fridge because of course I put it up top, closest to where like a freezer would be if it was in that fridge, and yeah, so it melted down on top of everything, and just like clearly that bag was not sealed from the bottom. Where's my lighter?
This shit looks like a Werther's candy, man.
Werther's are yummy.
Oh yeah, it's at that point where I can handle it. Sweet. Okay, no, too sticky now. I gotta put it down again. There you go. Nice whole ball of rosin.
So my daughter's getting one step closer to teenagerhood, G-Bay.
Oh yeah.
She's doing the makeup.
Yeah, it's bound to happen. Makeup. Oh man, I just want to dab.
And all that good stuff now, right? So it's like,
yeah. Hopefully it'll phase out, but you know, sometimes it's nice to doll yourself up too, right?
Well, no, because the pit stick is that's a fact of growing up. That one, and the body washes because you got to smell nice because probably because of boys is going to be my guess. Although I haven't heard any mention of her and boyfriends. She's always talking about her friends having boyfriends, and every once in a while I'll ask her, so are you going? She'll kind of get.
Yeah, I've been hanging out with my daughter last couple of days doing some skating and stuff. And you can tell, like, there's other kids from school there and everything. I'm watching what she, I'm picking up on what's going on. It's cute.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that one, Rusty. It's not far away, I'm sure. Jay, I don't need that. I don't need that now. This one is close. For some reason, my fucking internet keeps cutting out. That sucks. How's it working? Gmail all fucked up. Got him shadow boxing now.
That garlic, man, I tell you, wow, good stuff all around. That was a fun run having that in my garden for a few years. The cut's gone. I let it die, but wow, was that ever fun? And it's such a good producer too. Not so much on plant weight, but it makes up for it in the rosin weight. Like, you could grow a plant that's bigger but not produce half as much weight out the press. So which is better, really, you know what I mean? If you're going for rosin, if you had smaller plants that produce higher rosin percentage, you can grow actually more production out of your garden, really.
Hey, is it true Canada Post is off strike now?
Yep.
Cool. And I was talking to the old lady. I had no idea. It's funny. I was just talking with. Actually, I think it was Thunder Dan last night. And I was like, "Fuck, probably no time soon." But if it's not by now, but then talking to the old lady this morning, she mentioned that. So that's art man. I mean, he a while ago he painted a portrait of my daughter, and that is actually my parents' Christmas present. So that's been sitting at the post office in their town for like over a month and a half soon, at this point, just waiting for him.
I see Galaxy's got a question here. What's the moisture level? I don't measure the flower itself, but it's been sitting in this 4x8 tent at between 58 and 62, we'll say, since the last plants were harvested November 9th. So anywhere between October 15th and November 9th was the harvest dates. So that 2 weeks, basically the last 2 weeks of October into the first week of November. Oh, okay. The last week of October and the first week of November was the harvest window. So it's been in this tent since then at 60%. So 50, 58. But that's the key, I think, is the moisture level in the flower. Because if you were to take this flower, put it out in 30% RH, let it sit for 28 or 24, 48 hours or until it got bone dry, crunchy. You press it, you're going to probably, I've never done it, but you'd probably get
it's not we think. We know for a fact at this point. We've tried pressing dry shit. It doesn't work. It's now the part that I would like to, sorry, I'm babbling like an idiot. The part that would be interesting to me is what is that perfect relative humidity or moisture level in the flower that is perfect? Is that moisture level different from strain to strain potentially? Or is it just kind of one?
This is what we're doing next.
I
guess that's back. BAM 3. Oh. This will be all right. I haven't tried any of the BAMs yet. Hopefully there's 10 grams here. It doesn't quite look like it. Worst case scenario, I'll toss a couple nuggies of that garlic in there to sweeten it up. But this is smelling good. I got a shout out now that everything's coming down to it and finished and drying up. Like this BAM is good. Got a lot of good attributes to it. A friend of mine, I gave an ounce to as a. He lent me a dryer for a while, so hooked him up a little bit. He's like, "Dude, give me more of that shit." And that was the BAM. Sorry, guys, I could have pre-packed these, I'm sure, but I didn't. Yeah, now I guess there wouldn't really be a bad thing of having high moisture in your flour for pressing until the point that it actually would create too much steam or actual because the rosin you're getting out is oil, so like you wouldn't any water in there. I guess I don't know, how does this work?
When I remember back when not long after I first got the press, I tried to cut like one bud. I cut straight off the plant, threw it in the press, knowing I was something funky was gonna happen. This was not gonna work out, but let's just see. And yeah, it's just a big watery mess that comes through, right? And there's definitely a point where there's too much or too little.
Okay, so there's basically chats like Jay Patrick's saying here, 55 to 60% basically, and that's the window I'm sitting in. So perfect. Yeah, I've done too dry and I've done too wet too, where it's like you get a kind of sticky, sloppy mess.
Yeah, it's a fun experiment though. You too.
Yeah, it's all been fucking around for me too, but you get certain strains like that garlic. It's just that stuff's good. Well, the Ham's at press even better, man. It gave me like 26%. That's stupid though. Let's see how much we got in the baggie here. This feels really wet still, kind of not wet, but this is pretty high moisture. It's real slippery. It's a different feeling. So we may not be as an impressive 9.6. It's going to be almost perfect. So I need 11 grams to have a 10 gram press. Okay. 11.0. Okay, so this is BAM number 3. I have a special little packing, a torch that's specially shaped. I wish I had it right now. But I wouldn't use that torch right now. I'll have to get over it.
That's fucking hilarious, Jason. I haven't taken my dislike for them that far, but yeah, I just like why don't you just name yourself something different?
Oh, and that little pre-press torch I was. Oh, let's get a paper set up.
It's fucking cold out here.
Where's Mother Magnet gone?
My new guy must be dorking out on video games pretty hard this week. I've seen him like briefly twice after work so far. We were working on different crews, so like I didn't even see him this morning. I don't think. This kind of did get picked up here at the hotel. Interesting. What'll be even more interesting is trying to wonder where we meet up tomorrow if we're working in completely opposite directions. Because I imagine he's going to want to ride home.
I'm about to button up a job right now. Tomorrow's going to be our last day there. Well, we're going to be on that same site again to do other jobs, but this is all the support for a fire like suppression system for a sprinkler system. So it's just a bunch of real small steel all crisscrossed through the rafters and shit.
Yep.
It's a good gig though. Simcoe Gas.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be back down here after Christmas. Hopefully working with a different group of guys. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like anytime I'm a big enough producer that anytime I step foot on a new crew, that crew's production should go up significantly. And I don't feel that's the way that's been happening on this crew I've been with the last week or so. It's more like, okay, now we got the manpower to get sites done real quick, but then that gives us the chance to sit on our asses longer and do nothing. And I'm like, fuck, it makes me feel dirty. Like,
yeah, doing nothing. Yeah, I get it.
It's like, when the general foreman comes around the corner to check on you, and you're freaking sitting in the truck doing nothing or something. Like, I just know, like, why don't we just keep moving? Like, it's, if anything, I feel like he's probably maybe even getting less sites now that I'm around, because it's like, you just, like I said, you smash them off faster, and I don't know. Bad for my conscience.
Bam's making a little leakage going on over here.
Stony, cheers, brother. Oh, shit. Stony, what are you guys doing New Year's Eve? Are you guys around? Are you available? You know what? Are you able to hit the can you hit the dab frog for Stony, man? We haven't seen him in a hot minute. He's a
I can do that.
Fuck yeah, thank you. I was like coughing everyone's ears, sorry about that. New Year's Eve, brother. New Year's Eve.
Waiting for oh yeah, well come on, big boy.
I like it. Yeah, this is exciting, man. I think this is the best tradition that we've started and gone through so far since we've been the dab frog's pretty badass and all that shit, but I really like the jam and New Year's. It's such a good time. What I should do is fucking fire up a Zoom account again so that we could, because we were able to do better recordings with the Zoom for shit like that.
He's a squisher.
Fluff's never around on Thursdays, Galaxy. Well, he'll be in chat sometimes, but it's Thursdays is just you and I.
Yeah.
Couple of Canadian homies that fucking, little on the redneck side of life.
He's got
Too
a
simple,
bit.
but we get it done.
Couple more seconds there. I took a little while to get to the full press, so I'm just giving it a minute here. But yeah, it looks like she's a good producer, anyways.
Moose soup and beaver pie. Fucking nice, Jay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A little darker than the garlic there, but it produced quite a bit. Oh yeah. Get my ugly face out of there. But we'll collect that and see what's up. But it did. I think that might still have a little too much moisture in it there. It felt a little damp. What do I know? Get that back down and ready for the next strain in a couple minutes once we collect this bad boy. Looks sugary. I like sugary presses. Yeah, me too. A little darker, but still nice and caramel colored. There is some sugaring. Yeah, just like you said there, right? I've had this happen a couple times.
I like that.
Yeah. So this is BAM 3. This would have been the one farthest away from the house.
Cheers, Jess and Bean. Keith Moon. I fucking love that. That's a great name for a strain.
Oh, yeah. All right. Weed crumbs. Yeah, that was a good press. That's a good bit. I don't know how that sugar's going to pick up, though. Oh, there we go. Got it. It's a little bit cool down here, too, so as soon as this gets down to room temperature, it'll be super easy to collect, which it already is.
Cheers, Nut Tree.
Cheers.
Shout out to all our brothers and sisters over in Michigan. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So, just south of me. So there's one side of the paper. Not so shabby.
Looking good.
Yeah, I got lots of BAM too. I'll be able to press the shit out of this.
So when I got a bit of a lunch break, I freaking went to a store I found, a little restaurant that freaking does it's a little Thai restaurant that does wicked pad Thai. And so I went and got one of those. And then she asked if I want chopsticks or a fork. And I said, I'd like a fork, please. And she handed me my package and all that. I'm on my way back to site. And I'm like, I get there and I was like going to hammer it back as quick as I could because you can tell the friggin' foreman I'm working with is wanting to get going and stuff like that. And I go to friggin' hammer it back and there's no fork or anything. I'm just like, son of a bitch. Okay, I guess I don't get to eat this right now. I don't know if I can eat it when I get back. And then at one point in time, I got so freaking starving there that I went into the little fucking center console, grabbed a couple of the hotel pens because hotel pens are like gold in the pickup trucks because you always got paperwork to do, right? And nobody ever thinks to go buy pens, so hotel pens, they work great. I ended up turning them into chopsticks and freaking hammering back my pad Thai with like Bic pen chopsticks. It was pretty slick and it works.
I did what you don't want to do. Held on for a second too long. Got it hot.
That's because you're so hot, G-Bay.
No, it's not that. And I'm not that either. At least I can get it onto one.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, that'll be fun. Fuck, I might be staying here in this hotel working that day at night and then again in the morning. It'll be a bit of a haul. That's okay.
Oh, yeah. These are toasted.
Hey, does anyone know anything about the band Hollywood Undead? I've heard of them, but I don't honestly know if I've ever listened to them. but they're coming to a nearby what I would consider one of our home venues, because it's only like 4 hours away. But they're playing with Tech Nine. And Tech Nine would be fucking interesting as hell, but I don't know fuck all about the Hollywood Undead.
Me neither.
The best part though, Magpie,
That's gonna be
about that one, dude, is I was sitting like less than half a block away from an elementary school in like a parking lot where we've been using to park our all our trucks at night. So even better. Sitting in my work truck, hammering it back. It was awesome. What he's got to do, he's got to do. Sheldon, I don't think I've said hi to you yet. Cheers, brother.
.3 on the BAM, so man, this
Great
is
question, Nut Tree. What's everyone smoking on? Let us know. Let's see it in the chat. Oops, I'm smoking on some investment dog right now. Cheers, Colton.
rosin shit is no joke, man. You don't want to fuck around with that shit. Oh, that's pretty good. 2.3 out of 10. Yeah, I'm 23%. I'll take it. Good numbers to me. Now I'll have to try a dab of it and see how that goes.
Also remember to pick up a 2-liter bottle of olive oil today so that we can make some infused olive oil over the Christmas holidays while I'm off work. That's exciting.
Yeah, infused oil is always nice.
Yeah.
I'll have to get myself one of those machines, the Levo or whatever. I'm not too worried about it right now, though.
Yeah. I just use a crock pot. I'm not looking to do anything fancy or anything like that, right? Just load a crock pot up with a bunch of trim and let it rip.
That's the good old way we used to do it all the time too, man. Just like we used to do it like in a big huge, like I don't know what, something you'd boil a bunch of corn in, a big huge cauldron kind of thing. Just like and just boil weed and water and then add butter or margarine, whatever, so an oil type, and then just boil it till you could see it was green, like the oil part got green. And then you get it cold and the oil separates. Scoop it off, away you go. And it always works super awesome, but you never knew your dosage. So that was the bad part. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it wasn't.
No Diddy. Did I miss something?
No, did you? I don't know.
That's one of the, I can honestly say, I was never a fan of his music at any point in time, or really.
He just
any
ruined
of
up
the
a bunch of
artists
Biggie music.
I didn't even really like Biggie. I like that song "Hypnotized" and "Kick in the Door" were about the only songs of his that I actually liked. Didn't like Mace or friggin' Lil' Kim or any of that shit. And same with Jay-Z. I actually thought he fucking sucked too. Except for I did that song 99 Problems. I did actually jam that song. I got to admit, that song I jammed. But in my defense, he had to fucking bite Ice-T's hook from 99, his song 99 Problems, which came out like 10 years earlier.
Mm-hmm. Little bits of that rosin everywhere. All right. What we got next here? 2 bangers right out the gate, man. 2 basically both at 23%.
I'm with you, Rusty. I prefer music as musicians too, but I will admit I can get down with some rap and other shit too from time to time. But I'd say well over 90% of my music I listen to is friggin' drums, guitars, bass, singer, all that shit.
So here we got Hawaiian, a mixture of Hawaiian times Black Widow. See what happens.
Have you ever seen one of these lunchbox stoves before?
Probably.
It looks like a lunchbox. If I can figure out how to open it. Open it up, and then it's got like freaking. I don't even know if I'm showing it to you guys. Got camera
Yeah, I
fucked
can
up.
see it. No, like you plug it in and it just keeps it hot over there.
It plugs into your lighter socket, and I've been my old lady's been making like hot pockets, right? Like homemade hot pockets there, where she'll stuff them with all kinds of wonderful meat, cheeses, and stuff. And like the dash in the heat in this truck doesn't even get hot enough to heat it up on the dash, which is one of my go-tos, right, for heating up a warm lunch in cold weather. Usually works fucking awesome. But for in this thing, there was our Christmas present from the company this year. And every day this week, except for today so far, I've used that for the old lady's hot pockets, man. You put them in there for half an hour or something like that. So you basically throw them in there, get out, go to a site, come back, and you got these piping hot fucking sandwiches basically. And it's like, wow, you can heat up cans of soup in there and stuff. Like,
good to go.
They're pretty badass.
You know what would work good for that? I just had a good idea. Like I do some hiking and stuff every now and then, and I have this little car battery boosters pack thing that you can also plug stuff into.
Yep.
So that would be pretty cool to hook it up to that. You could make hot lunch on the go in the bush. A backpack with a hot lunch maker in it.
Well, and I'm thinking for like travel purposes too, for like with the family, right? We do a lot of traveling, and
yeah,
we generally try to do some sort of picnic style lunches and stuff, just because it's a lot more budget friendly. So now we have just another way of helping to heat stuff up. Usually we'll travel with like a main stove that you can use the green bottles on because it's easy, but got this method now too.
Let's see what we got. What are we working with here? $9.5.
Back in my room. I'll be right back.
Problem with this Hawaiian Cross is it's light. 10 grams is a lot of space.
Shit all muted there. So we forgot we were getting all the shit going on when we were
11.0. Yeah.
You know what I got today for the first time in like a really long time? A bottle of Booch. I realized fuck, it probably might even be like over a month at this point since I had a bottle of Booch. That's insane.
Well, I see we're getting up to that time, but give me a couple more minutes here, folks, and we'll get this pressed out here and see what happens.
No, I don't know what to do for dinner. My
mom made it like a pierogi casserole.
Oh, That sounds deadly.
That's good.
That sounds pretty amazing.
Then I went skating with the kids, so that was fun. We've done that a couple times this week. It's nice.
I teleport, Colton. I just haven't figured how to do it from like here to like Alberta yet. That would cut down on travel time immensely. Yeah, but from inside to outside, yeah, I'm just like, lickety split, homie.
Here we go, the Hawaiian. What time we at? 9 even.
Dude, I still can't believe I got like just about all my Christmas shopping done. That's feeling pretty good about myself. Cheers, Skunky.
I got some Mendo breath here to press too, but I forget what it did. I'm sure I did it last year, or I didn't do it because the people that supplied me with it have pressed it lots and were like, it's not worth it. I think that's what it was. Sitting at a half a ton, let that chill out for a minute. Thunder Dan.
Here's Thunder Dan.
Haven't even started, AJ. I know, I'm kind of like that too. Oh, there we go. I see some glistening.
Smoking on some investment dog, Thunder Dan. Apparently, dude, Canada Post is now back open and doing their thing again. I would still give it a week or two before you send anything, though. Give it time for them to have an attempt to at least catch shit up a little bit, because there'll be Christmas season, all that backlog and stuff like that still. So make it easier. But that is the rumor that Canada Post is back to work.
It's leaking, but not like super impressive. Put some stuff in there. I guess I could show you this. Since I'm keeping these all up past your bedtime. Like I said, nothing too impressive, but gotta get some more pressure on that while it's melting. Yeah, that's the final pressure I'm going to use. Let that leak out for a minute. There's a little bit of dark spot in there. I may have ruptured the bag again. Yeah, it could do 60 something. 160. But, what do you call that good?
Colton, do you know anything about the Hollywood Undead? I'm not sure if you were here when I was asking about them earlier.
There's a bunch there, but not as impressive as the last two, but still pretty decent. But that bam and that garlic was nice. Fresh off the press. I'm not going to do the Mendo breath. I'm good. Hey, what up, Flower Girl?
Yeah, there's the other. they're coming nearby with Tech 9. And I mean, I'm interested, but I don't know. I don't know about them. More interested in Tech 9. That's it could be a fun one.
Yeah, check that. Yeah, it's when you live off the beaten path, you got to kind of like be selective with your concerts. I was looking around and I'm like, there's nothing near me. I got to go to the city for anything.
I got to go to cities for all mine. Trust me. I get it. There's fucking absolutely fuck all in my area. The one interesting thing that happened in my town was like 11 years ago when an AC/DC cover band came to town, and they were really good. The guy like just knocked the Bon Scott era shit out of the park, but yeah, that's how boring my town is.
Yeah, music scene used to be good in the 90s around here, and then nothing. Not even any jams and shit anymore.
Yeah.
I can't say that. There's one in town here. Actually tonight, Thursday nights.
If I recall, Jay, they actually fucked Thunderstruck up. I think it was, yeah, somewhere like going in from like the beginning after they get to finish all the and then yeah, somewhere in just after that they fucked that up. And everyone was like cheering and stuff like that because they were awesome and stuff. But I don't think very many people picked up on it. If I recall, I was like, I remember looking at the ex-wife who had been a girlfriend at the time and just saying, hey, caught that. And then there's like a bunch of like that show is put on by this group of bored housewives that want to be famous, but you live in this tiny little redneck ass town. So they started up like trying to do local kind of charity work. They call themselves the Hun City Honeys, and they were the ones that brought this band to town. So they actually did at least one really cool thing for that town. And then I never heard of them after that again. Actually, I don't think. Well, shortly after that, but they have all like the preppy fucking would be like sorority boy type fucking husbands and shit like that. I remember they fucking tried starting a mosh pit over in the corner, and I fucking ran in there like a bowling ball, just fucking leveling motherfuckers. And like, there's some fair sized dudes in there, right? Because they all gotta go to the gym so they can be buff and stuff like that with legs like chopsticks and shit. And I fucking go, I am not a big guy, you guys. Like, I'm like 5'7", 150 pounds or something like that. But I got kinetic energy, and I get in there and I just fucking destroyed all these fucking rich fucking preppy bitches, and fucking it was amazing. That was like, yeah. That was fun.
Looks a little darker than I want it to, but
G-Bay, we should go on a mosh pit together. It'd be fun.
No,
we can destroy shit. Yes.
No, I'm too old for that. If I'm gonna get hurt, I wanted to be doing something fun like riding a dirt bike or something.
It is fun, trust me, and it hurts less than a dirt bike crash. Because I know I've done both. Here she be.
The greasy looking, I like that. That's good stuff. If it hits like that other Hawaiian, this rosin in here, it turned out nice after a couple days.
Cheers, Agnes.
Sitting down here in the cooler temps.
Okay, but you've heard the song. Is it actually any good though, Colton? This is now I'm getting nervous. I'm gonna have to give them a go. Because I think they kind of like, but what, 10, 15 years ago? I think I know I've heard of them, but I never really checked it. No.
You can see the gold in the garlic compared to the other stuff.
Hey, Dags, how you doing, brother?
Cheers, Dags. Oh, just getting sticky over here. Pressing a bunch of stuff. Yeah, that garlic is no joke. It's nice and golden. Flavorful. Oh, yeah. number 1. And the BAM, that's the same weight. Doing pretty good too. Nice big chunk. And then yeah, what we just did there, the Hawaiian. Right. Good to go. That garlic, can't wait. That garlic and that ham's they're both still hanging in there. I think I'm just gonna run those 2 through the press. Just makes sense. I'm gonna do it. Well, I'll bag up a bunch for personal consumption flour wise, but then the rest I'll just run through the press. Makes more sense that way. Just pump it out. But yeah, I'm good to go. That's that. We're done. Press is over. That thing's so fun. Good times.
Yeah, see, that's good if they like the ganja. And I feel like Tech Nine would be good. They're playing with Set It Off in some other band. I've heard of Set It Off. This work.
Yeah, it's always good. I like having a cannabis crowd as opposed to a drinking crowd at concerts.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Like that Marley one I went to, holy fuck. It was smoke in the air.
What's going on there? So Tech Nine, Hollywood Undead, Tech Nine, Set It Off, and Zero. Looks like. We'll see. Like I said, Tech Nine should be fun. But it's not going to be a long concert season, and
Oh man, I'm baked.
Dude, high as shit right now. Yeah, I got back from doing all the Christmas shopping and stuff like that, and fucking run outside, or run up here, roll a joint real quick, run outside, smoke that, and come in here, and it's like we still had like 15 minutes before showtime, so I'm like, okay, I can get a few things done. I was even just about to hit the shower, and just as I was going, I was like, oh shit, now we got like 3 minutes or something like that before showtime. I was like, I better go hang out with TV.
I went skating with the kid again. Got lots of exercise this week, I tell you. Holy jeez.
It's good.
Yeah. Good.
So this is good. That's a good point, Jay. What is one more?
Are we talking the press?
Oh no, for concerts.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've got like this wish list that's already going into like May. I think is like some 41s playing next month, and I might actually be here when they play. So that would be freaking amazing if that works out. The following month is Our Lady Peace and Collective Soul. Month after that, we've got Theory of a Dead Man acoustic, which would be really cool to go check that out. We've got tickets for that one. After that is Killswitch Engage. We got tickets for that. And then there's like Bullet for My Valentine and Trivia. This Hollywood Undead one we're talking about. BTO, Bachman Turner Overdrive with April Wine and the Headpins, man. That's gonna be fucking phenomenal. Like that might be the best show I see all year right there, potentially. Because that's gonna be one of those ones where you're singing along every word, every song, and just bring back those memories from all those. So we'll see that, and we might get to go see that with my parents because they're playing among many other places, but in their town, my hometown. So that would be fuck. Imagine going to see BTO with mom and dad. Hell yeah, that'd be.
Burton Cummings isn't alive still, is he?
Oh yeah,
Is he?
yeah. He just was played in Kelowna, so about an hour away from where I am now. I think it was last summer.
It
was last summer. So yeah, he sounds like shit. He absolutely sounds like shit. His voice has been gone for well over 20 years at this point, but back in the day, he absolutely had one of the best voices in all of rock and roll.
Oh, I love the Guess Who, man.
Yeah. And so, but that's the good thing about going to see BTO is they do they're doing like all of Randy's Guess Who stuff. It looks like and it looked from the I went and creeped the set list just to check it out, see what they were doing on there, and yeah, there was like there might have been just as much Guess Who shit, if not more, than there was BTO stuff. But they were also playing his son, Randy's son, Tal Bachman, who does that song "She's So High." They also do that, which tells me his son's playing in that band as well, which is cool because when I saw Randy Bachman just his solo about 5 years ago, he's doing the band introductions, and he's like, "Oh, this is my son Tal, and Tal has a song," and they play that, right? You're like, "Oh fuck, well I didn't expect that." It's it's amazing times.
That's cool. Yeah, that's what I love about concerts is the impromptu performances you get.
Yep.
Sometimes something just happens that night, and it's only that night, and that's that.
We just this last summer there when I was in Alberta for the Metallica Manson weekend when we saw Marilyn Manson play. It was the first time he ever played Raise the Red Flag live. First time ever. Whoa, puppy.
Oh, I guess my name's She wants to bury your head. So she's a weird dog. She likes to bury your head in between your legs. She'll come up from behind you when you're in the kitchen and pop her head out from behind, like stick her head out between your legs, like you're riding her. You're a weirdo. Yeah. You get a husky, they said. They're fun. Yeah. You all right? You sniffed my ass? You all good now? Get out of here, you fucking weirdo.
I see you don't tell me, I tell you. I see Jay and Colton talking about Killswitch Engage and being a good show. So here's the cool thing about this. So you guys all know I'm divorced and have been so split up at least for just about 4 years at this point. The last time I have my daughter Abigail, who is my biological daughter, but a lot of y'all might know that I had 2 stepkids in that marriage, right? A son who is 16 now and a daughter who is 13 at this point. And the last time I have been with all 3 of them together would have been March 8th, 2021. So, and I've got tickets for this Killswitch Engage so my daughter can bring her brother and her sister, and that is on March 19th of 2025. So at that point, when that happens, it'll be the first time I'll have had all 3 of my kids together in 4 years. Wow.
That's cool.
And even then, we're still not fully complete because I've got the other daughter in Alberta, right? But it's I'll take this one. There's never been a point, I don't think, where I've had all 4 of them together because it's just 2 completely different families doing different things. But I miss Lyndon and Lena like crazy. It's unfortunate that a lot of the time I haven't been allowed in their lives, and I think a lot of it is they just don't generally give a fuck about me anymore at this point. But the reality was, for 8 years, I was the only father they'd ever really known. So, it was a tough pill to swallow. Remember the first time Lena was allowed to come over, I think it was about 2 years after we split up, and I get a message from my daughter in the morning asking if her sister can have a sleepover that weekend. And I was just like, yes. Like, and then like instantly I started like whimpering and start fucking crying and shit like that because just like out of nowhere, like, oh my God, I gotta get to see my like Lena after 2 years. And it was when I picked her up from school, she has like a chipmunk kind of laugh. And the first time I heard that laugh, like we're like 500 yards down the road from the school, and I was just like, oh my God, like foot off the gas and just like froze up for a second there. Yeah, if even stepkid situation, guys, if you ever wonder, that gets hard too for the parents that have been in that situation.
Yeah, and this time of year too, right? It's like those situations get a little harder sometimes. Yeah, I was gonna try to go with my old man play. He's doing a New Year's show a couple hours away, but Just a little far out of my reach. 4 hours travel in a night is a little
Dude, I do. You're talking to
You're
the
like,
wrong
yeah,
guy.
I'm talking to- Never mind. You're like, I do 5
I'm
hours.
like, only 4? Fuck yes.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm an
But dude,
Ontario
that's-
kid, right? It's
That's
like you
that's
don't
what
really-
that's what if I want to go and do this fun stuff, that is my reality though. And that's kind of been my reality my whole life, is because Prince George fucking sucks. They're well, they get the BTO tour, but none of these other awesome tours that are coming through the province, they don't get any of them, right? So it's if you want to go and see and do cool stuff, hell, if I lived in Prince George, all the cool shit would be like an 8-hour drive. That's too far to do in one night. You can't do that down. Well, I'm sure you could, but I haven't done hard drugs in years, and I ain't
That's a good
going
point,
back.
man. It's weird, like, I don't know, like I partied lots and I had so much fun back in the day
Mhm.
for the time that it was. But like hindsight, they always say, right? But looking back, I'm like, wow, I could have done so much more with my time.
Well, absolutely, but hindsight's always like that. Could have done better.
I'm young enough still,
But we
I
all.
can-
The thing is, like almost every one of us, we have these conversations. We almost all agree that we wouldn't have done. There might be a few things here and there where we fucked up real bad, and you still have a bit of a guilty conscience,
Like
in which you get
DUI.
right at that. But at the end of the day, the path that we take in life leads us to right here. And if we would have went left when we went right, potentially, maybe we would be sitting here talking right now. Maybe if you made a decision back in the day, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
State has weird shit like that, but
Yeah.
no, just my drinking years were a waste of time, basically. What I'm getting at. But I can't do nothing about it. So
That's actually, I see them talking about SOAD in Mars Volta. That'd be interesting.
don't know any of these bands. Not into that scene, I guess.
Yeah.
When I played guitar back in the day a lot, I liked heavy metal. Not so much the music. I was never really into listening to it, but I loved the theory, like the style of playing heavy metal music. But as an electric guitar player, it was like that's the funnest, some of the best stuff to play. It's just
I just love it.
Metallica's about as heavy as I got.
It's still heavy.
Yeah.
There's some of this heaviest stuff back then, and it still absolutely fucking
Yeah.
rips today.
Kill 'em all tape.
Yeah, dude.
Kill 'em
Fuck
all
yeah.
tape. So literally warped. It was like I played so much. It was like at one point, it's like we're.
I right in the immediate aftermath of me coming back from the Metallica shows this summer I was looking for Metallica merch to see if I could find the specific shirt I liked that I saw that was only at the Edmonton show, and I come across I found out that like basically they have a back catalog of concerts where they're like going back all the way to. There's one I found where Dave Mustaine was still in the band, where they have that from like 1982, I think it was, and I was able to download that, paid your $10 or whatever the fuck they wanted for it, and download that. And it's funny because I listened to that, and James Hetfield kind of actually sounds like Dave Mustaine is singing on that, but I believe it isn't. And even kind of when he's talking has that Dave Mustaine kind of sound. It's funny to me. Feel like minus 23 there, Colton. Jesus, it's still probably above freezing where I'm at. That's one of the reasons why I asked to be coming back down here after Christmas, though, is like I turn 43 next week, and my body, I work hard physically, and my body deteriorates, and the cold weather it gets hard on anybody, but like the hands and stuff, like especially. But where I find it really gets bad is when the snow gets deep. When you get snow up to your waist or deeper, and you got to fucking pound a trail out to that tree way the fuck out there, because that's the hazard tree, right? That's just, man, that's the kind of stuff where I get home at the end of the day and I know I'm not going to be able to walk in the morning. Like a lot of people have bad backs. I got bad hips. That's kind of my issue.
Sore hips, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 31 degrees Fahrenheit here, so just below freezing. Which kind of sucks. It makes for like that bad driving because the roads are like not so long ago they were pretty wet from everyone driving on them. Now it's hovering right below zero.
Yeah.
That black ice shit. So anyone driving in Ontario, keep safe.
Yeah.
The 1 degree. If nut trees sitting 1 degree in northern Ohio, then this whole region, like the Great Lake region, will be hovering around that temperature. Oh, we got Dan sitting there 44. He's doing all right.
These people ripping on their
They felt too cold earlier. A little bit of Canadian air flew down there. I love the picture.
Yeah.
I've
Well-
been up and dabs.
Yeah. I feel a tad bit dumber than I was before I started smoking all those doobies. So
I'm gonna sleep good, that's for
the
sure.
brain's moving slower. What do you figure? About time to wrap her up?
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. I want to thank everybody here jumping in here with us tonight and getting effed up. Seems like we all seem to be, except for Thunder Dan's living in tropical paradise, but seems like everyone's got similar temperatures all the way across the continent down here. It's interesting to see. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Cheers, Mr. Greenfingers. I see you there. I'm hoping to be back here for Sunday, but there's a chance that I might be working. That might even just be a game time decision. We'll see. But if I'm not here Sunday, y'all know what's up. I'm trying to make a little bit more money before we get some time off for work. And that's just what that is sometimes. Everybody have a She Grows a Dank. Oh, just about missed you at the button there, or at the buzzer.
I haven't really talked with Boss Man about what days we're doing over the holidays. I know we're taking a break, but I don't know what to do. So pretty sure I won't be working any Sunday. So
Yeah, I do have the option, so I feel like I'll probably take it. And then a couple stats to fill in for the week, and that's not so bad. And hopefully be back out here the following Monday, where a couple days after that we'll be doing New Year's Eve and partying with all y'all, and Stoney and the gang. Hopefully, we shall see. With that, I think we're gonna bounce out here. Go with respect until next time. We're out here.
peace out, homies.